Today's movie is named Twisters. It's an action thriller movie. The film opens in Oklahoma, where a group of storm-chasing college students have gathered for a tornado watch. The team is led by Kate Carter and includes her friends Javi, Praveen, Addie, and Jeb, Kate's boyfriend. Their goal is to release barrels of sodium polyacrylate into the center of a tornado in an attempt to cool it down and cause it to collapse. They are using a specialized Doppler radar system called Dorothy V to track the tornado. Excitedly, the team sets out to intercept the tornado. Javi monitors the storm's trajectory as the others head directly into the tornado. Their barrels get knocked over by the intense winds, but they manage to get them upright and continue their mission. As the tornado strengthens, they release the sodium solution along with a series of drones to get the solution into the storm's core. However, instead of collapsing, the tornado intensifies to an EF5 level. Forced to abandon their truck, the four students run towards an overpass for shelter. Praveen is the first to be pulled into the tornado's path. As Kate and Jeb try to climb the overpass, Addie is struck by flying debris. Jeb tries to protect Kate, but is also swept away by the storm. Kate is able to hold onto the overpass, but sustains a severe gash on her leg. She is later recovered, shaken but alive, by authorities after the tornado passes. 5 years later, Kate Carter is now living in New York City, where she works at a NOAA office. To her surprise, her former friend Javi shows up at her workplace with a proposal. Javi works for a company called StormPar that has been developing a new system to detect and track tornadoes in Oklahoma, with the goal of preventing further damage in areas hit by these storms. Despite still being haunted by the traumatic events from 5 years prior, Kate initially turns down Javi's offer to work with the StormPar team for a week. However, after Javi shares an article about a neighborhood in Oklahoma that was heavily impacted by a recent tornado, Kate reconsiders and decides to join him. Kate travels to Oklahoma and meets up with Javi at the StormPar base. There, she is introduced to the rest of the team, including Scott, who works closely with their employer Marshall Riggs, and British reporter Ben. They are also joined by the renowned storm chaser Tyler Owens and his team Boone, Danny, Lily, and Dexter. After making a show for his fans, the egotistical Tyler tries to engage with the more reserved Kate, who sees him as little more than a showboater. The two teams set out to chase a tornado that has touched down on a nearby farm. Kate and Javi lead the StormPar crew as they drive to the site, while the flamboyant Tyler Owens and his team race ahead in their own truck. At the location, the StormPar team quickly sets up their tornado detection equipment. However, Kate experiences a panic attack when trying to position the last scanner, causing them to miss the tornado's path. Kate and Javi watch in amazement as Tyler's crew takes an incredibly risky approach, driving directly into the tornado's path and using drills to anchor their truck to the ground before launching fireworks up into the storm. After the encounter, both teams return to their shared motel. Tyler and his Tornado Wrangler crew have also set up their base of operations there. The following day, Javi introduces Kate to their boss, Marshall Riggs, before they head out to chase the next set of tornadoes. As they're en route, Lily from Tyler's team launches a drone to help locate their target. The two teams find themselves driving towards not one, but two tornadoes at once. Noticing specific wind patterns, Kate advises the StormPar crew to drive in the opposite direction of Tyler's team. While Tyler and his crew think they're about to intercept one of the twisters, it quickly dissipates before reaching them. Meanwhile, Kate and Javi are able to get their scanners set up, but the tornado then begins moving towards them, damaging one of the units and forcing Kate and Javi to make a hasty escape, narrowly avoiding being caught in the storm. The teams reconvene in a nearby town that has been heavily impacted by the tornadoes. As they work to assist the locals, Kate discovers that Tyler and his crew use the profits from their merchandise sales to provide free food and other aid to the affected communities. Kate also learns that Riggs has been profiting off the misery of the locals by purchasing the damaged land and reselling it to them after they've already lost so much. Later that evening, Tyler invites Kate to join him at the local rodeo. Midway through the event, they notice the winds rapidly picking up and an alert is issued about an approaching tornado. The sirens start blaring and the crowd begins to panic and evacuate in chaos, with some even being trampled by the spooked horses. Amid the pandemonium, Kate and Tyler work together to get people to safety. They find a mother and her child, as well as a motel clerk, and usher them into the empty swimming pool as a makeshift shelter. However, a rude couple tries to drive away, only to be caught up and swept away by the vortex. Tragically, the motel clerk ignores Tyler's instructions to crawl into the pool and instead tries to walk towards them, resulting in the clerk being killed. The remaining survivors, Kate, Tyler, the mother, and her child, cling tightly to the pool ladder until the tornado passes. In the aftermath of the tornado, Kate witnesses Scott surveying the damage solely to gather statistics and figures for Riggs. This sparks a heated argument between Kate and Javi over the true motivations behind their work. Javi lashes out, blaming Kate for the deaths of their colleagues Praveen, Addie, and Jeb, causing Kate to angrily drive away from the scene. Kate retreats to her mother Kathy's farm in Sapulpa. There, she watches an old video recorded by Jeb and revisits an old science project from her youth. Tyler, having followed Kate, arrives at the farm and is invited by Kathy to stay for dinner and the night. While there, Tyler discovers Kate's notes on her tornado experiment. Overcome with guilt over her friends' deaths, Kate breaks down. Before departing the next morning, Tyler has a chance to discuss his proposed idea for a new research model with Kate. This conversation provides a glimmer of hope amidst Kate's grief and self-doubt. Utilizing Tyler's truck, Kate and Tyler attempt to release a sodium solution into the path of a new tornado, hoping it will cause the twister to collapse as expected. However, the experiment does not produce the desired result. Later, Javi arrives to apologize to Kate and provides her with updated scanning data. The two teams then regroup and start tracking another tornado headed towards El Reno. As they follow the new tornado, Javi and Scott's truck tips over but is miraculously blown back onto its wheels just before the tornado strikes a power plant, igniting a fire. This forces the teams to retreat from the area. The groups then head towards the town, intent on getting the locals to safety. Javi tries to follow, but Scott orders him to stay behind, prioritizing their job over helping the community. Javi tricks Scott into getting out of the vehicle and then drives off, defiantly quitting his job working for Riggs while spraying Scott with mud. After making their way into the town, Kate, Tyler, and Javi barely escape being crushed by a collapsing water tower. They quickly guide the local residents into the safety of the movie theater. Determined to put her previous experiment into action, Kate takes Tyler's truck and drives towards the approaching tornado while carrying the sodium solution. As she works to position the truck, the stone rips the roof off the theater, sucking up some of the people inside. Kate struggles for a moment with the truck's controls, but ultimately manages to drill the vehicle into the ground and launch the solution. Just as Lily is nearly pulled away by the vortex, the solution begins to take effect, causing the tornado to dissipate. With the threat past, the team then rushes to Kate's location to rescue her from the truck. Her daring and successful attempt to intervene with the tornado has proven the viability of their research methods. As Javi prepares to take Kate back to New York at the airport, he promises that they will continue working together. Before her departure, Tyler shows up to see Kate off. As she repeats his own words of wisdom back to him, "If you feel it, chase it." Tyler is struck by the deeper meaning behind the phrase, applied to his feelings for Kate. In a bold move, Tyler disregards an airport employee's instructions and instead drills his truck firmly into the ground. He then rushes to catch Kate, just as they both notice incoming clouds and hear an announcement about impending flight delays over the PA system. Sharing a knowing grin, Kate and Tyler return to the truck, signaling their decision to forego her flight and continue pursuing their shared passion for storm chasing. It showed that Kate has teamed up with Javi to work alongside Tyler and his crew on future research projects, cementing their collaborative efforts.